Kicker Dustin Hopkins set to get this one going. And we are underway from Heinz Field. This will make it into the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here are the Steelers making their way out over their long time. Ben Roethlisberger leading the way.
We talk so often about his physical attributes. Of course, the Big Ben nickname, his ability to take hits in the pocket, his ability to extend play.
And it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington here offensively, and their man under center, Dwayne Haskins, number 15 pick out of Ohio State in 2019.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation, that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly. You might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Peterson. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a second and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. And it's into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up for our offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game, it leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
That's a little bit of humor. Gotta laugh that one off and not the that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
The 28-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger. Former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
15 yards to pick up. First down, Washington. They run again on first down, Peterson. And inside the 20 before it's brought down. It's a first down from Washington on a pickup of 11. Good plays have them on the move on first down.
They came into this game saying it was important. They set the tone of true and need to run the football. I think they've done it in the first quarter.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run with McKesson. And they'll get this one down to about the 17. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8. From the gun, it's Haskins. And it's caught. Touchdown, Washington. Dwayne Haskins hooking up with Terry McLaurin. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound. where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no return here for Wright, going to be a touchback. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, put a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again. See if they can start working.
James Washington was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, this one's tipped and intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And he will bring this one back. It was a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
What we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They were playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. It's the kickoff for Washington. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will make it into the end zone. And no return here from Wright. Will be a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here. Or inability to put any points up. This one might be over by now.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. Now, I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They face a 3rd down and 4 after the incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Steelers. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. 21-0 our score after 1. Washington 21. Steelers nothing. Play fake to Conner. Now Roethlisberger. Going top shot for Smith-Schuster. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down. The throw again is Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 25-yard line. Pittsburgh Steelers. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. This will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They go draw play. This is Samuels. They see right through that defensively. And it's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. 3rd down and 3. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds it down. He will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll and his drive continues to punch forward. A throw on 1st down to Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback Samuels. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 12-yard line. Now Ben gonna give this one to Connor. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one where you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
Yeah, you're thinking runs. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside you like highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Here's Haskins out of the gun, looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. This is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. Haskins back to the air. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked. Instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Finally, this time it's Cole Hammer. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Running for it, here's Peterson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hop pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Cody Latimer, the intended receiver. It'll be 2nd down. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage. That's his way to his receiver, McCord. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. So we reach. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Steelers nothing. So Washington in a good spot. They got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So we will start here at the 25. Out there set ready for this next drive. The Washington offense. Stepping up to try and run. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
No matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards of 1st down. That fits the bill.
Number 26.
But all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They run again with Peterson. He won't go down. It's a 1st down from Washington on a pickup of 11.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
You ran it 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders was at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop his shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A carry down for McKissick. Fighting through, he's got space. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. You're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called, they're handling their business at the line of scrimmage. Dominating right now on this drive.
And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. And he's able to work him here to the 8-yard line.
This has been a long drive. In fact, seen up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and oppose your will.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. An 8-yard touchdown run. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Well, we've talked about it before. This jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting part of this game? Head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no return here from Wright. It'll be a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad when you throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's really tough one for them to swallow.
Will they make up for it? Staying on the ground with Samuels. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back into the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Good gain on the play. Leads to 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he will have the Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That will good for 14 yards in a Steeler 1st. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. It leads to 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And that will not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up. His time is now run out on this 3rd quarter play. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Results in a 4th down. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. 1st down, here's the run with Peterson. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practice for this. And back in training camp, they knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Another toe for the workhorse here this afternoon. Peterson. AP still got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards there. Washington 1st. And carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to slot this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front. Say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he's able to break out one tackle, but they quickly brought down. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Peterson. And he's into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Here's Gareth White on the return. Lane opens here. He's past the 40. The Steelers take over 1st and 10. The Steelers offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Robert Foster picks it, and they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 28. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Washington. Now a run with Peterson. Tackle made there by Chris Wormley.
Well, just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run. Both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll go again with McKesson. And a nice job at break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And they'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They're looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And no return here from Wright. It'll be a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want to execute, they need to do that and do it really.
And now here's another interception. Robert Foster picks it, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that doesn't pay off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And all the way down inside the 5 and the 4. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is over.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead was swelled by one more.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point? You just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes, folks, so that's it. Okay, it hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something. It's like you have
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark it down right about the 1 yard line.
That's up first down and goal.
They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Well, as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So a victory here for the Washington football team. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. They didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, I'm a little extra spring in your step. And it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.